We're at second base. And now it's time for the shortstop to turn double plays. I'm Jody Reed with InsideBaseball.com, and we're going to explain not only the mentality, but also the techniques. If you have not, because this is important, if you have not seen the double play mentality clip, I highly encourage you to go take a look at that in this series, because you're going to need the knowledge and the information as we go through this. So remember, the first thing as a middle infielder, as a shortstop preparing for the double play, is we have to make sure of one. So what we want to do is we also want to think of ourselves as a first baseman at second base. That's the best technique that we can use to assure that we get one. Because the mentality here is we want to expect what? A bad throw. That's what we want to expect. Because if we're prepared for a bad throw, we're able to make more plays and ensure one. If we get one and the guy's safe at first base, what's the worst thing that happens? That's right. We get the out and we still have the double play in order. And we're avoiding allowing guys to get into scoring position. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we have positioned ourselves so that we're close enough to the bag that when our second baseman starts to turn and feed to us, we are in our position. So the first thing you have to do is get to the bag. Now, one of the most common mistakes that shortstops make is they tend to want to sit back here because they're thinking about getting the out at first base. They're thinking about being fast, and we've all seen them. They kind of stutter step back here and they get moving and they want to move through here so I can get rid of the ball real quick and go to first. Well, let me explain why that's a problem. Okay? When we're moving, and I'm going to take these baseballs and you're going to get a chance to see. When we're moving, when I get moving through here as a shortstop and I get in this position here and I'm moving, the only balls I can catch, I can do this, okay? And it's probably going to be a little closer. I can do this and I can do this, okay? And that's right there. That's as far as I can reach. However, watch what happens here. If I know that my main purpose is to make sure of one, I'm going to get to this bag and I'm going to get in an athletic, prepared position with the mentality that I'm expecting a bad throw. Now, all of a sudden, I'm in this position and I'm ready to react. All of a sudden, the throw goes over here. Look what I can do. Boom. All of a sudden, I can stretch. Right here, I can do this. Now, let's take a look at what's actually happening. When I get there, as we are going to do, with the mentality of getting one, acting like a first baseman, getting athletic, my second baseman, all he has to do is throw the ball between here, and we get an out. But when I come in here and my concern is that out, and I'm on the move, all I can do is that. So you can clearly see I put pressure on my second baseman to be perfect with his throws because I'm focusing on that out instead of this one. Whereas if I come up here, the ball's hit and I get to my position, I get to a point at this bag to where I'm a first baseman. If he makes the throw on the outside, guess what? I get the out and I don't worry about the double play. Excuse me? I don't worry about the bonus. But if he throws it inside the two balls, guess what? Now he's giving me a good feed. Now I can focus on getting the bonus. So that's the mentality. That's what we want to think of as a shortstop. First thing in the technique phase, get to the bag, get in an athletic position, and be ready for a bad throw. Now, let me pick these up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the actual techniques. There's really only two things that a shortstop can do as far as making adjustments on the bag. One is the conventional one. It's the one we always do. Okay, remember, I'm going to get to my spot. The shortstop makes, the second baseman makes a good throw. Now, if you notice, my foot is tucked just behind this bag. It's right behind this bag so that when I make my first movement, when I move to the ball, my foot is actually contacting the bag, and there's the out, okay? So that's exactly what we want to do. I get a nice feed. Remember, it's a good feed. Now I can focus on getting the bonus. I want to simply move to the ball right there. I'm making a touch, and then I replace my feet, I redirect, and I go get the out. That's the technique, and that's probably the one we're going to use most often, okay? Now, is my second baseman perfect? Is it always going to be a good throw? No. There's going to be times when it's on the inside part of the bag, but yet I'm still in control and I have the opportunity to turn it. Here's what we want to do. Again, we've gotten to the bag early. We're expecting a bad throw. The ball's on this side. That's okay. Again, notice all I have to do is move to the ball, boom, and my foot is hitting the bag back here. So now I'm in control. I get my out, boom, I replace my feet and throw. And really, those are the two techniques for the shortstop. That's the mentality, the timing, and the footwork. So if you're ready, let's take a look and see it in action. Okay, we've just seen it in action. And wow, weren't they great? Now, understanding what you want to do around this bag is going to enable us to get those outs and to avoid the big innings. So if you're ready, go get them.